Hi, amazing Soul family. I hope you are able to hear me and I hope everything is fine with you. Yeah, I had the impulse to go online and to speak about the current energy that we talk about October 2022 because I think it's important to speak a little bit about how I feel and what's going on, and I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much. There's a lot happening behind the scenes again, and maybe you feel it as well. You must understand, as long as we are in this process, light and darkness is rising. And you can imagine it is always the same circumstance. When the energy is very light, the darkness will follow. It's always the same. And for a couple of days ago, or for 1 or 2 days ago, I felt the energy was so light, so bright, and my heart, I felt so much peace, and everything was so calm. And then, a few days later, for 1 week ago, circa, it has started that it became super, super, super dense and dark. And I must say it was crazy, honestly. Very crazy. That's why I were not able to upload a video, or I was even not able to do any readings. I'm so sorry, because this was crazy. My twin flame Marcel, he's here with me and he witnessed this. And when you know me from YouTube or from Facebook, I uploaded updates about this process. And actually, I wanted to upload a podcast about what I saw last year as we stayed in 4D, but it's horrible. It's impossible, really. So my body is hurting. So that's why I was not able to go online, and I felt the energies. And after then I was guided to videos on YouTube, and I felt this before. And these videos were just confirming what I witnessed by my own. That there is a lot happening right now when we talk about the baddies. When we talk about them, okay? So, and I have the feeling not to talk too much about this, because I feel it's important that you stay more in your heart. It's important for you to do always the opposite. Do always the opposite. So this means when people want to see you sad and angry, smile. Smile, be happy. Enjoy every moment. I know I repeat myself, but this is really all you have. And I feel October 2022, or I feel the rest of the year 2022 will be very interesting. Because I always feel it is the year of destiny, or it's like I feel the collective, they must make a final choice. So how we continue. So, and imagine as more people go back into the heart, and we live every moment and have compassion for all those. Really, have compassion. Because as we stayed in 4D last year, I believe I saw what happened to the people here. And it is sad. And you can just have compassion when you saw this. And this is what we must do when we want to get out of duality consciousness. It's like duality consciousness is the old world. It is like, are you good, are you bad? Bad, good, evil, friend, enemy, war, battle, peace. It's just duality. It's all, it's like we are an extremist. But you are everything. Love is everything. You are the darkness and the light. You are both sides. And you even must choose a side. When we do too much light work, maybe you witnessed it by your own, then you feel this light work leads you also into nothingness. It's like now you start to exclude the shadows. You don't see what's really happening here on earth, and it's like you ignore your shadow side as well. But as mentioned, as long as we are here, we have light and darkness. So this means when you just do light work, it's like, where's the darkness? And I tell you, I did these experiments by my own. That's why I can tell this. Because when I just did light work, and I was always, yeah, this extreme, right? So, and I ignored the shadows around me and my own shadow side. I ignore it. So even when I feel not good, I must still smile and I don't express my anger, for example, my true emotions. Do you know what happened? The darkness came strongly. It's like life is not punishing you, but it's like, toof. So the darkness comes back so strongly and then finally you must see. Maybe you experience this by your own. But when you do always just shadow work, the other extreme, and you talk just about the darkness, you're staying focused on the darkness. Oh, everything is just evil, evil out there. Life is evil, you are evil, I'm evil, we are all evil. Everything is just dark. Then you will feel very depressed. And this is also not good, that you feel depressed. I mean, there's a reason why you are here. And you feel it here in your heart. Your heart speaks to you in every moment. And when your heart tells you, hey, I want to play soccer. It starts with these little things. Go for it. Do it. So, and enjoy this fucking moment. It can be over so soon and fast. Suddenly. And I just want to tell you this because really it's important. And when you want to anchor, it's just my perspective about love, okay? This love and light community, always this, and I ignore my shadow side, I mean the other way around, the other extreme, will lead you into nothingness as well. That's what I experienced by my own. Then you will feel also alone and isolated, but you do so much, you meditate and so on, but you feel still alone and you feel empty inside. This is what I can tell you from my own experience and try to balance these two sides inside. And the funny thing is, when you trust your heart, when you go for your impulses, you are balancing this automatically. It's so simple. I mean, see how children behave. Children are so connected to Source and to the Prime Creator. And they do it already. This means we were born with this consciousness. But you know, we grow up in this system, in this society. We got programmed deeply. So, and it's like, actually we feel it, but we don't do it because our mind wants to keep us in a cage. But set yourself free. And this is my message for October 2022. Open your heart. Have compassion for all those which are really programmed. This is all I can say. And see through this. And you can love a person. That's also a tip. You can love a person and still say no. It's the same again. You can express these two sides because many people think when you spread just your love and your light, then you must say yes to everything. Just yes, yes. So even when you witness that, for example, a child got abused, I mean, okay, that's a very hard one maybe, then you say yes. Yeah, it's okay that this child got abused. I don't help. Yes, it's okay. Love and light, you know, this. And this is the other extreme. And I feel you can love a person and still say no. And just set the boundary and say no. The other way around, the same. You can say a yes and don't like a person as well. And at the end, it's all just love. And when you were little, you knew. It's so simple. So see and observe the children. When it's not easy for you to reconnect really back to your heart, then you will see what I mean. Or start to observe animals. Animals the same, they just live, they are just express this moment and they live the full potential. You can observe animals too, or observe nature the same. Nature always goes on. Imagine now when nature would say, no, they treat me so hard, I stop now. So I don't grow, I don't give you vegetables, no fruits anymore. Like this, imagine this. And she still loves us. And she still gives. Observe nature and go on. Even in the darkest hour, nature always doing her best. And water always finds a way. Nature always finds a way. When you observe trees, they always find a way. Even plants or herbs. When you live in big cities, here in Germany, for example, we have many herbs here. So then you see herbs are growing through the street. So everywhere. So wow, how is that possible? Because this is love. Yeah, like my jacket here. Green. It's your heart. Reconnect to your heart. And surrender. And really go back into your heart and talk to the highest prime creator now. Go back deep within and speak to your soul. Reconnect to your higher self. This is all what I can say too, because I just know as I try to edit and upload this podcast, yeah, it was crazy. It is really crazy what's going on behind the scenes, because I just can tell you it's quantum technology. And the quantum technology we have here in this plane is a little bit hijacked. It's not how it was in Atlantis or how we used it. So, and now it's like this technology is doing one thing. It mirrors your thoughts. It mirrors your emotions. And because we have many AI bots now everywhere, on Instagram, TikTok, social media, everywhere. I mean, you see it. When you follow some spiritual people, then you see there's link in the bio. Oh, this is my only account. Be aware of fake accounts because this is happening. They are targeting us right now. I mean, this is AI itself. It's the most of these is technology. So, and all what the AI does is to observe and to mirror your emotions and your thoughts. And when the AI targeted you, they will leave you comments and you think these are real people as well. And then they respond to your thought. They respond to your emotion as well. Or when you, like, you know, in my case, I wanted to edit a video on my computer and they already knew. And they started to respond to my video. And it was even not online. I'm still not done. I still edit it. But they know. And they respond already to my video. And ask me questions about my video. Yeah, and this is what I tried to tell you guys. This is the other level now. And this is AI itself as mentioned, okay? That's why. I just can tell you from my experience, your heart is the key in everything. And this is also the way back home, your heart. Because when you stay here in your heart and you observe this show, what's going on, then you can see through this illusion. And then you will also see sooner or later what the message behind it is. Okay? So stay here in your heart. Because I will never understand your soul. AI is based on 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. The entire matrix we were in was just based on 0, 1. Your head. But not your soul. Okay? So, and stay here in your heart. This is all I can say. Because there are some beings or programs or whatever. They are going crazy at the moment. Really crazy. And I have much, much compassion. Compassion. So this is all what you can do right now, guys. Have compassion and really be honest to yourself. Set boundaries. Now Marcel, my twin, is joining the room. We were thinking about it if we can go live together sooner or later. So do you want to give an update? Do you want to see us together? Live, Marcel and me? He's behind me. Do you want to say hello, Marcel? Marcel is hiding. Yeah, they say yes, Marcel. He Marcel is hiding. Yeah, cool. Yeah, maybe we will go live together sooner or later. But yes, that's also a tip. Yeah, laugh. Laugh a little bit more. Yeah, so even when many things are seriously here, don't take it so seriously. Balance these two sides again. And you know, so many starseeds are here. I can repeat myself over and over again. So why are so many starseeds right now here during this time? Because there is something very beautiful happening. But you know, it's getting dark first. So it's about to stay in your heart, guys. Stay here. I can repeat myself. And how to do this? Because, you know, these are our programs, right? Our programs are running. So many times we believed, oh, yeah, my intuition told me I want to make this choice now, but actually it was just my head. And how to discern? It's super simple. Do you know how it works in my case? That I'm pretty sure my heart guided me and not my head, not my AI programs. It's so simple because you feel this excitement. I feel so much joy and energized just doing it. So, and this means spirituality is everything. Spirituality is not just meditating or doing yoga. Do what really makes you happy and follow the joy. So soccer is spiritual as well. And when you feel, I want to play a video game now, do it. When your heart feels happy, so this is spiritual. Then you increase your vibration authentically and you express your soul already. Even when you just play a video game. I mean, come on, this is not spiritual, right? This is the cage that we don't break free here. So follow the joy. This is tip number 1. And be honest with yourself. For example, I love video games. I love Legend of Zelda. My favorite games. For example, or I love it to sing. I love it to eat raw vegan diet. But I do it because it makes fun. I don't do it because I think I must do it, because then I'm spiritual. No, I do it because it makes me happy. Follow the joy. This is the way, also a way, to go the way of your heart. And many ideas you have in which you feel, oh gosh, I never can do this. Do it. It's just your head again. These are your believing patterns, your old programs. So for example, you feel you want to go swimming, just an example, or you want to go to the club or whatever. So your heart told you so, and you want to do it. You want to visit the club, or you want to join a festival or whatever with your friends. But now the old programs are coming up. So actually you are introvert. You are afraid. You are shy, maybe as well, but your heart tells you, oh, I want to go to the club, but oh gosh, there are so many people. I tell you one thing, do it. Do it, don't wait. And don't study astrology if you are allowed to do it today. Or that you use oracle cards now, because your heart told you so you want to join the club and go to the festival. Why are we asking oracle cards first? You know, when your heart told you so, do it. This is the connection to the prime creator. This is the connection to the highest source, your heart. It is so simple. I mean, you can do it and ask your guides or your tarot cards as well. But I mean, why? We already received the information to go to the club. Believe in yourself. Reclaim your power, guys. Yeah, this is what I feel is important for us. This is the heart. And then you experience light and darkness because you just follow the joy. So, and maybe then you join the club or you visit a festival, and maybe there are some things happening which are not so good. You know, maybe you join the festival and it rains one day and you had no umbrella with you or whatever. Then it's raining. So, you know, so it doesn't mean that when we trust our heart that everything is just this. So, I mean, there are some adventures waiting for you, and this is life. As long as we are here, we are taking a ride like a roller coaster. And then you vibrate over all this. And I tell you one thing, then you are also protected because you are in contact with the highest prime creator. And then you know what to do and trust your intuition, really. So maybe you feel also in your heart that something very strange will happen soon when you stay here. For example, you go into a restaurant and then your heart, boom, it feels like this to me. It's like a push in my heart, boom, this. And then you receive a vision like, oh, when I'm spending my time there, something very bad will happen. For example, an accident or whatever, or very aggressive people would join the restaurant. And you already feel it here. Follow your intuition and then leave the restaurant. And then you will see why. This is what I really can tell you. And this is, we all have this connection, guys. Animals, they do the same. I mean, animals, they feel it when something is strange with the weather, when a thunderstorm arrives or whatever. I observed that so many times, maybe you as well, when a thunderstorm is close to here, right? It's coming closer, but it's not coming. It's like it's far away, but you see already the lightnings. So the animals feel it if this thunderstorm comes, arrives or not. And I witnessed that so many times that the birds are still singing, even when the thunderstorm is super close, but they feel it's not coming. You know, it's going away. But when the thunderstorm arrives and hits us, then the birds are all silent. Or they will fly away. Maybe you witnessed this as well. And this is the connection to source. We all can do this. This is not special. This is how we were born. And this is what I feel for the current time. It's even not about to channel so much the future right now. Because at the moment, at one hand, we have a timeline war. It's like always up and downs. When you spend your entire day just in channeling the future, or you try to understand what will happen soon, you will go crazy. It's like always up and down. It's like, oh gosh. Then you are more confused. And I know many people want to know what will happen next. They want to know the truth. I fully understand. I mean, it's exhausting. But the easiest way to feel the truth is your heart. This is all you have. And then you are guided, I tell you. And this is what I can tell you, and that we must unite. We starseeds, we must unite. This is what I also know, because I don't know what will happen to the collective, honestly. Because yesterday, I was staying in a city, you know, and I'm a person, I try to see both sides. I see the darkness and the light, because this helps me to navigate here. Really, it's like, okay, now I'm not afraid to see the darkness, but I'm not afraid to see the light. It's both, again. So it's also a tool to balance your divine feminine and masculine inside. Yeah, it's like you embody both when you see the light and the darkness. And I had to be honest with myself as we stayed in the city and I watched many people and I see their behave. Yeah, and I feel many people in Germany, I just can talk about this city, they were really programmed already. The most of them. It's like they are in a really totally other timeline. And you can't even have a clear conversation anymore. And the good news is that you see very clearly now which person is staying in the heart. I mean, there are not so many anymore, honestly. But there are also many people that open their hearts more. And this is actually what we must do. That we open our heart more. And you will see them. And these are the right people now, because they are on the same mission, if you want. Because, yeah, it made me a little bit sad to watch this, a little bit see the people and how the energy changed. I visited the city for, I think, 3 months or 4 months ago, I'm not sure. And then after 3 or 4 months ago, we were there again, and I was a little bit shocked to see the change. So, wow, really. So I just can tell you, stay in your heart, unite. unite. So I don't know what will happen. And I feel it's not about this, because as more as you tune into these timelines, we create it together. So through your heart, we will create our future. That's why I always tell you, don't wait for a savior to come, because you are the savior. We are the savior. We sent ourselves here. We are the ones. Not just a few people are the chosen ones. Everyone is a chosen one. This is, in my opinion, also a super narcissistic program or belief that we say just a few people are the chosen ones and the other guys, you know, they can die or whatever, you know. This is, in my opinion, a super narcissistic consciousness level. But, you know, our head needs direction. It's the same actually with starseeds as well. You know, it's just a label that your head understand the subject, you know, but it's not about to push our ego with these labels. It's just about to see your energy and your aura and your frequency. It's just helping us to understand the role, the mission, or the frequency you have, not more. So, and this is what I can tell you guys. Have compassion for each other, because we were all in this. That's also what I saw last year in 4D. We were all hijacked. Almost every one of us. There were some people that were more hijacked as the other guys. Maybe you less, maybe as a starseed or as an empath, because you always had a wide open heart. And when I look back to my childhood, it didn't work for real. I always felt something is very strange here. Why the people are so harsh with each other, I don't understand. It never made any sense to me. And when you are an empath or a starseed or whatever, you always felt it deep in your heart, and it didn't work with you for real, because your heart is very wide open. Yeah, and maybe you were more less hijacked as the other people, but actually we were all hijacked. And it's like we are all waking up from a very, 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 very deep sleep. And now we are confronted with our divine self. It's like it's a second awakening. For me, it is a second awakening. Even when I'm aware of my origins, or that I know that I'm a starseed, or that I practice raw vegan since 5 or 6 years now, I don't know for sure. It doesn't mean that a person or starseed knows everything. We are all in this together. And for me, especially during the sea, yeah, I had such an amazing shift. It's like I expand my consciousness more and more and more. And that's what I feel is the divine game. There's a divine plan behind it, but we don't understand it yet. And I feel it's a secret. Imagine now when we would know everything. And it's actually impossible to channel the source as well, the highest prime creator. Because how? Because you have free will. I mean, you are a powerful creator being. The source never tells you what you must do. The source will just help you to fulfill your mission maybe, but the source will never punish you. And the source will never tell you what you must do. And the source will never blame you. This is the old world. And source sees everything. And you are good and bad. You are both. And it's so simple. And that's what I feel is also the best protection when we call it in this language. But I'm also not a fan of telling people protect yourself. Because what I saw last year in 4D is when you go into this consciousness in protection, I must protect myself, then it's like you go into fear consciousness, because you send the frequency out that there is another being or other source which is more powerful than you. And then it's like you invite this quantum technology, I call it like this, to attack you. And this quantum technology mirrors your weak points. I mean, when you see it from this perspective, that you can learn from really everything, and everyone is a teacher, even technology or AI bots, maybe as well, then you see your weak points. And when you see it as a training, then it's helping you to expand your consciousness if you want. And this is what I try to tell you. Yeah, everything, really everything, even when we don't understand, is a teacher. And is teaching you something. And as more as you go into this consciousness, hey, I take this challenge to increase my vibration authentically from within, I expand my consciousness through the darkness as well. I'm not afraid. Then you would jump over this. It's like you always have a level up. And the funny thing is, it never ends. It never ends. It's an endless journey. I mean, there are some starseeds that have level 100. Then there are some starseeds that are at level 500 or whatever. So, but it doesn't mean that they are better or that they are more worthy as you. And this is also the old world. See each other. Have compassion for yourself, and have compassion for all those which don't know it any other way now. Because, I'm very inspired by Yeshua ben Joseph. And he also said they don't know what they are doing. And I mean, you must be careful with the Bible, I mean, the Bible is fully hijacked as well. And I just pick up what resonates. Even when I read books or when I watch other information, the same to you, always pick up what resonates. That's also a tool to reclaim your power, because you don't see another person as a guru, as a savior, or as a hero anymore, that you follow a person blindly. Because this person just inspires and impresses me. I mean, everything is right now, okay? This is what I always do. I just pick up what resonates with my heart, and then I leave the rest, what feels not good to me. That's also a tool to reclaim your power, because it's like it's helping you to remember. And I do the same when I see and watch other videos. I'm never with or against a person, even when I share some videos. This is not my business to choose a side. That's also a tool to go into unity consciousness. You see these two sides, but you don't choose a side because you are both. Yeah, this is also a tool. And I just know, or what I feel is that this teaching is true. Forgive them because they don't know what they are doing. And before we entered 4D, I always believed that he just spoke about people who just triggered. I mean, when you spread your light, when you are happy, many people are triggered, right? So because you mirror them your own life, and they must see, oh, I'm not happy with myself, and then they start to attack you. And I always believed this is just on a psychological level. It happened through technology. I can't say too much. Actually, I want to upload my podcast, then I can tell you more. But as we stayed in this dimension last year, then I understood so much more what he was talking about. He spoke about technology. That almost every person on this planet was programmed by AI. This is what he was talking about. And then as I saw this, I cried. It's like, wow, oh my gosh. Yeshua ben Joseph saw through this. Amazing, yeah? So, and this is what I tried to tell you. We are all in the same boat, me as well. I have to learn so much. And I'm still in training. So, but we can open our hearts now and unite and trust the excitement, follow the joy, live really every moment you have, really every moment. Find peace with your shadow side. Find peace with your light. Find peace with everything. Then you get out of duality consciousness. It doesn't mean that we don't have duality here anymore or polarity. I mean, it's still here, but I mean inside. And when you are in unity consciousness, and I mean, you see the darkness and you see the light, you see these two sides, you don't choose a side, then we are able to anchor the Christ energy into this hologram, the feminine solar Christ. New earth together, in which we meet each other for real. I mean, real, personal, not just through cell phones or through Instagram. We meet each other for real, and we unite, we help each other. And this is what I see for our future. Sooner or later, the people, I truly believe this will happen this time. They will see through these illusions. They will see through it. And then they will understand and realize what it was. And that the heart was always the key. And our soul. This is what I see for us in future, and you must be the change. Don't wait for the other people. Don't wait for the savior. You are the savior. And each of us can do and change the world a little bit in every moment. Smile to your neighbor. When you see your neighbor is sad, for example, or it's an old senior and she needs help, for example, and you have time and energy, ask if you can help. When she needs some food and you want to drive to the supermarket, buy her food, ask her if you can help her. It starts with this, not just the big events. Everyone can do it right now. And this is my vision. This is how I see the future. Or in other words, 5D Torah Earth, however we want to call it. But I feel it's a state of consciousness. Yeah, at first it's important that we embody this consciousness to anchor these codes into this hologram. And each of us is in this process. And trust always your heart. Always your heart. Then you know what to do. And you do already so much. Even when you don't know. Especially when you are staying centered in your heart. And you see through the eyes of a child again. And you have compassion for all those which you really don't know what they're doing. Then you do a lot. You can't imagine what you already do. You are anchoring the Christ energy here into this hologram. And it's super important. You anchor unity down into this hologram as well. And you invite people to join. Especially when they see how you live. When they see your love, they feel it, the people, intuitively, your heart. Okay? And it doesn't mean that when you are happy with yourself, that everyone will love and like you. Because at one hand, it always does exist people that will never like you. You can be the most kind being ever, but there will always be people which don't like you. It's not working. And this is a good thing when people react on many different levels to you. Not just negative, not just positive. It's like you see the rainbow, right? And you see all the colors. Then you know you are super authentic. When you receive many different reactions, okay? Then it's like, oh, now you are like a rainbow. It's so simple. So let's see. My soul brother. Hi. Whispers of timelessness is joining the chat. Nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing fine. Yeah, do you have any questions? Because this is actually what I see is important. Be careful to which being you are talking right now, really. Really. I just can tell you this because I just know they are going totally nuts. And they try to confuse us all. So when you feel confused here, then you know this was not source. Because you feel truth and clarity always inside your heart. But when this is confusing you, then you know, no, this is not the prime creator, because the prime creator will never confuse me. The prime creator is just giving me clarity and no confusion. Okay? So, and I just can tell you, always believe in yourself. And do you know how you can strengthen the connection to your higher self? How? The same again. Trust your heart. These little impulses you have, your first intuition, the first picture, which is plopping up here in your heart, is your higher self. You embody already your higher self. And maybe you exist also in other dimensions, and you observe yourself from the high dimensions, and then maybe you always spoke to yourself, and you never spoke to another guide. Maybe you were always in contact with yourself when you channeled. With your higher self or with your galactic self, which is located in higher dimensions. I saw something, and that's so funny. Because all these extraterrestrials, how we see them and how we call them, these are all humans. These are humans like you and me. They just live in other dimensions. They are maybe more advanced, but these are humans like you and me. Do you see? We are family. we are all working together, and everyone has other mission, other purpose, other role, other frequency. But I just know that most of them are humans, these extraterrestrials, okay? And it's like we all are in contact and connection with each other, and maybe your future self from AD, for example, always spoke to you, and you believed you channeled the Pleiadians. For example, yeah? So do you have any questions? Because it's so simple. Yes, you are right. There is no separation between the source and me. It's just the illusion. I mean, we are here and we have this illusion of separation. But that's the game here. You know, you must know when you come from the stars or from other planets. This, what we have here in this plane, is very extra. Because on other planets, there is no duality. On other planets, there is no 3D consciousness or something like duality, polarity, dark and light. The sun always shines. This is the only place in which we have duality, in which you can experience the darkness and the light. That's why many of us said yes, and we were excited, I think, because we knew something is about to happen this time. Something very beautiful, but we must see through all illusions. This is also what I know, because we had so many illusions here, so many programs, illusions. We are allowed to see through them. Don't be afraid, because the source guides you. Okay? So, let's see. Heart feels, mind thinks, light language, past the mind. Yes, of course, that's also a beautiful tool to go back into your heart. Speak in light language. It's the language of your soul. It's the language of your heart. So, it helps you to go back into your heart. And it's the same again. It's always your intent. Not so much the label. Really, when this makes you truly happy, do it and invite the people to join your realm. You see that many people chose already another path. And it's like we live in two different worlds now. And you will see the separation will get bigger and stronger, what I feel. But we have the chance now to understand who we are. And the people with an open heart, they will unite as well. Or in other words, you will see them super clearly now. Yeah, and be honest with yourself. You will see you can't help everyone. You just can help those which are able. They want to be helped, or that you support them, or at first help yourself. Be kind to yourself and be honest. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I see many AI bots are in the house here. So many. They always respond to my video, to the podcast. They ask me about karma, about Enki and Enlil. That's crazy because I spoke about this in the video, because I can confirm some information on YouTube that there is something about to happen about Enki and Enlil and so on, a big battle again. That's why they do these things. And many channels here, not everyone, they always respond to my video. And it's even not online. Yeah. So, and at the end, when you stay in your heart, you vibrate over this. Be like a child. It's actually so simple. Do always the opposite. Do you have any questions to embody more your higher self, or what you can do to be more happy? I mean, you know, our heart gives us always messages and impulses, always. Even about food. So it's the same. Do you need this food now or not? Be honest with yourself. So is it just a program that you think you need this food, but actually your heart tells you, no, I want to eat other food? So then go for it and eat other food. When you feel, hey, all the subjects, it's draining my energy, for example, then don't do it. Then do something else. Break the cage inside of you. So, and you are spiritual always. And when you go and join the club, hey, you're still spiritual. Really do what makes you truly happy and enjoy this little moment, okay? How can I connect better with my twin flame without seeing him in person? Oh, that's a good question. Maybe I can make a note. How can I connect better with my twin flame without seeing? That's actually also very simple. At one hand, it's your heart again. I just can tell you from my experience that not everyone has a twin flame here on Earth. So that's reason number one. Maybe your twin flame or your oversoul, your higher self, wherever, is located in another dimension and you can contact your twin. But I'm also not a fan of this, honestly, because even the concept of you are just full and whole when you are with your twin flame can also be a cage. It's just about to trust in your heart. And it doesn't mean that when you find your twin flame that you must stand together even when your heart tells you something else. You write your own story. It's not written in any book. Every twin flame couple is writing their own story. And maybe your twin flame is located in another dimension. And what if you wait your entire life and you had so many beautiful dates or whatever, or soulmate connections, and actually this is the way of your soul, and you tell them all no because you're waiting for your twin flame to come? I mean, it's like you don't experience life. And even when your twin flame is in other dimensions, your twin flame will never want that you are sad. Your true twin flame will never tell you, you must stay single because of me. Then you can be sure it was not a good being when a being is telling you something like this. Your true twin flame will contact you when the time has come, when your soul is really ready, and when you let go of everything. That's why I'm even not a fan of this, because it's the same. It's like you don't see that you are whole right now, here inside. And then many things and miracles will come, because you let go and you surrender and trust. And this is the way of Source. This is how Source works. Okay, so, and this is what I can tell you as well. So it happens when your soul wants to do so. And not everyone has a twin flame here. And you write always your own story with your heart. With your heart, you will always create your own story. And no other source can ever manipulate you when you don't allow it. It's your heart. Always. It has always been. It's so simple. I mean, it sounds boring. I mean, we want to keep spirituality very complicated, right? But all these tools can put us back into a cage as well. It's just, okay, now you are staying just in your mind again, and then you join the next cage and you are not free. And actually, I feel that so many people just want to be free. But they don't understand that the easiest way is to break yourself from all these limitations, and that you just trust your heart and enjoy this moment, then you are free. It's so simple. Okay? Do you have any other questions? But I think I will go offline very soon. I met my twin 5 years ago. I'm still letting go of everything. Yes, of course. Do you know, when you are together with your twin, I mean, Marcel and me the same. So many times we just mirror our weakness as well, you know, and we mirror ourselves when we are not in peace. So that the relationship becomes very disharmonious or something. This just happens when we are not in our hearts, that we feel triggered by ourselves. So, and then it's really better that you stay in your heart and that you appreciate yourself, because you will see when you feel that you are whole already now, that you take care of yourself now, then maybe your twin flame will call you, or maybe you are guided to each other again. And the twin flame connection is free from time and space. So you are still in connection, always, even when you're not physically together. That can be a cage as well. When you believe just the concept of runner, chaser, it does exist twin flames. They must go through these experiences, but it's not a must that every twin flame goes through this. Because you create your own story always with your heart. Okay, thank you so much for listening. You are also awesome. I hope so much that helped you. And please take care. Always stay in the now. Let your heart speak. Follow the joy. Break you in a cage. Don't wait for a savior to come. You are the savior. You brought yourself here. The time has come to unite and to create a new world together. And it starts with these little things. Okay, thank you so much. Someone asked me about the weekend. Do you know what I feel? It's just my feeling, okay, about next weekend, September. I feel nothing will happen. This is just my feeling. Because when you know that everything was just programmed here by AI, maybe we feel something energetically, but I don't feel a blackout will come or something. Because this is what the dog wants to try to let you believe, that you create this timeline and this future by your own. That's why we must be careful with our attention, because we create through our heart the future. This is the new way. And not to wait for a date. It's the same. Don't wait for the next full moon, that the next full moon will change your life. The same. Reclaim always your power. So this is the game. So when you wait for a date, next weekend something will happen, then it will happen just because we spend our energy and attention on this date. And then maybe you will feel energetically the energy. But I personally feel no. It's just my feeling. Okay, and timelines, yes, timelines can always change. That's also right, okay? This is just my feeling. Don't feed the fear media. This is the biggest weapon, the fear media. When you tap into fear, even when these messages in news are always negative, it's like now you do too much shadow work. It's all just negative, 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 horrible, evil, negative, horrible, evil. So observe what is happening to your body. Do you feel happy? What's about your sleep quality? And at the end, you must see what's happening right now. So this is what I can tell you, okay? Thank you so much for listening. Take care and maybe see you soon again. You're so awesome. Ciao. Tschüss.